Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan, and actually today what I'm actually going to be doing is another discussion video, and this is actually a discussion on the main event of WrestleMania, main event of WrestleMania this year, which is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. They'll be going one-on-one. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be going one-on-one, and I want to talk about why Cody Rhodes should actually be the one who wins and pick up the victory inside this match. I mean, there's a lot of talk about each way. This is probably... there's a possibility on both sides that either man could win out of Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. And this is one of the most unpredictable ones in recent memory, because even in years past, I mean, to be honest, it's just been Roman Reigns every year winning, to be honest, even though there was some stuff like WrestleMania 34, which was a little bit, that was just a stupid ending, so I'm not even get to that. But I think that Cody Rhodes should definitely pick up the victory. I mean, there's stuff about Roman Reigns. He gets his 1,000-day reign. He holds it for longer. A lot of people are saying SummerSlam, which I really don't understand that, because I feel like that SummerSlam is not WrestleMania. This title reign has to end at WrestleMania. And if it doesn't end this year, you got to wait a whole nother year, a whole nother title reign. Another problem is he's holding 2 championships. If he was just holding one of them, I wouldn't have that big of a deal for it. But it's just like he's holding both of them. So I feel like that's the problem. Raw and SmackDown has no world champion. Like, this is probably the longest period of time where Raw and SmackDown didn't have a world champion on the brand. Like, where both of them did. Like, literally neither one. Like, he's literally never there. And I keep hearing he's going to take a long hiatus, but if he actually wins, he actually gets the 1,000-day reign, is the Cody Rhodes popularity going to be as strong as it is now at SummerSlam? You're basically banking on the fans just keep riding this Cody Rhodes wave and just keeping him going through all this time. And will the fans still care about him at SummerSlam? Because it switches back and forth and stuff like that. And there are some people who wanted Cody Rhodes to win. Now they're saying Cody Rhodes shouldn't win, which that's stuff like that always happen. People switch and flip flop. But I definitely think that Cody Rhodes should definitely pick up the victory. We actually still going to get a world champion on Raw. And another thing is to split the titles up. It will be way easier to split the titles up with Cody Rhodes than Roman Reigns, just because Roman Reigns is not the type to give up a championship. He's not going to do that. And stripping of the championship and just giving it to somebody else, I feel like that person wouldn't have earned it. But with Cody Rhodes, his character fits of him giving up a championship to have SmackDown have his Universal Champion. Whoever you want as SmackDown Universal Champion, whether that's Gunther or somebody else, whoever you want doing that can actually happen for them. So I think that's a great thing for Cody Rhodes and stuff like that. But I definitely think it has to happen at WrestleMania. And I think another big issue is, I think the Usos are guaranteed, like, it's absolutely guaranteed that they're losing at WrestleMania. So if you have the Usos lose and Roman win, that changed the whole dynamic of the bloodline. They're still not the bloodline. I feel like that they all have to lose the championships on one night, and to have Roman as a champion and Usos not, like, that just wouldn't really seem right, just to me. And to have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lose, that would be absolutely ridiculous. You have to have number one. I think that is the one match where out of whole card, I can't, like, you really don't know which way it's going to go, because it can go either way. Like, literally every match is unpredictable. That's the great thing about this WrestleMania card. But with that match, I think it's guaranteed for Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens don't win, that would be an absolute horrible booking decision. But if they're dropping their titles and Roman keeps his titles, that would be just weird. So if they drop their titles, I would assume that they're just going to have Roman drop the title too, just to have a bloodline implode and just end. And a lot of people are saying, like, you don't want the bloodline story to end too fast. You don't want Roman's title reign to end too fast. But then you don't want it to go longer than what it actually should be. And going longer than what it actually should be, I think is worse than dropping the titles off the whole bloodline too fast. Just to me personally, that's what I actually believe, is having it go on for too long. And to be honest, I've been wanting Roman Reigns to lose the championship. I mean, maybe it's because I'm just not a huge fan of his, and I'm just not a fan of Roman Reigns. I mean, he's okay. I like him. I don't hate him anything. I don't like want to change the channel where he's on, but he doesn't draw me to a show. Roman Reigns will never draw me to a show. Just like that, I would never buy merchandise from him. Whenever I do play a wrestling video game, I never play as him. He is a top star in WWE. I do know that. I recognize that. And I feel like Roman Reigns is already made. He's beaten all these people. He's done all this. him having a 1,000-day reign. And what does that 1,000-day reign actually mean when, like, he's not breaking anybody's record? The record for WWE Championship reign is like 8 years, which he's not going to break that. The next one is like 3 years. Next one is like, what, 1,800 days or something like that. So he's not breaking any record. It just would be, I guess, nicer to have a 1,000-day reign, I suppose. But I just believe that it's just Roman Reigns' time to actually drop the titles. I really hope that he would drop the titles. I mean, if he doesn't drop the titles, I'm not going to be like super mad and go crazy and not watch WWE anymore. I don't feel like that would be a reason for me to stop watching WWE. In the past, there's been other reasons why I stopped watching WWE, but that was just the overall product. It wasn't because of one decision or one match or one booking decision. It was just the overall product. But will I be disappointed? Yes, but I won't be that mad, anything like that, if he actually loses. To be honest, I won't be surprised if Cody wins, and I won't be surprised if Roman wins neither. This is actually this is how the WrestleMania main event should be every single year to me. This is how wrestling should be. But yeah, just to me, Cody Rhodes should win. They would absolutely solidify him as a superstar in WWE, as a top guy in WWE, which he's the guy who you want as a top guy. Guys are going to show up every single day, not be a part-timer. Because another thing is, I hate part-timer champions, world champions, just champions in general. I just hate because it just, you're taking away that world title, and just like, what's the point of you holding a world title just for you to sit at home? And then the guys on the show, whoever's on the show, they're fighting over nothing. So you got the main event of a show being for a number one contendership or something like that, or the main event of pay-per-views being for nothing. It's like you're not fighting over anything. So that's just something that I just personally don't like. And I keep hearing that Roman Reigns is going to take a long time off, so I'm assuming that he's going to win. So it just seems like it's going back and forth, because when Cody won the Rumble, I was like, oh, absolutely he's winning. Then you go into the middle of February and stuff like that, Roman, then Cody. It's like it's going back and forth on the reports who's actually going to win. I think that Dirty has a plan who's going to win. We just won't know it. I mean, maybe we'll know it like a week before the show, or maybe just a few hours before the show. We'll actually, maybe a few hours, maybe right before the match, we'll actually know who's actually going to win right before. I usually don't read into any of that type of stuff. I usually want to know just going straight into it and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think it's Cody Rhodes' time. And if you got to strike while he's actually hot right now, he's the hottest in the company. Him and Sami Zayn are the two hottest in the company. Strike on both of them at the same time on the same night and just blow up the bloodline. I think the bloodline storyline has been great. It's one of the greatest inside WWE history, to be honest. And I just believe that there's time for just to blow it up, and it's time to just get rid of the bloodline. And you know, just because they lose their titles doesn't mean they get rid of it. I mean, it basically means that it basically will start the end of the bloodline. It basically will start the end of it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually going to end it or actually going to be over for, because they still could keep going with the bloodline. And Roman Reigns, a lot of people say that he is going to be tainted or he's over if it actually happens. I personally don't believe that. I mean, I don't think, like, he's still the top guy and the top biggest star in the company. So just because he lost his 950-day title reign, that means he's just not a star, or just he's not what he used to be anymore just because he lost the championship. Like, everybody loses, so that just doesn't make sense to me personally. But I definitely think that Cody Rhodes should beat Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. He could solidify himself as a star, bring the WWE Championship back to Raw, bring the Universal Championship back to SmackDown. And I think those are way better than Roman Reigns having the 1,000-day title reign, and him actually defending the WWE Championship on each pay-per-view, him defending it at Backlash, him defending it at King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and him just keep going with it. That's just what I think. I think Cody Rhodes should win. But tell me your thoughts inside the comment section below. What do you think? Who you think should win at WrestleMania? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.